Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Jerry Castro. Castro was shot and killed on Thursday, December 20th, 2018 at the intersection of Long Beach Avenue and East 41st Street in the Central-Alameda neighborhood of South LA, according to LA County coroner records. Jonathan Hurtado was subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. On December 20th, 2018, at about 12:20 a.m., a witness was driving along Long Beach Avenue. He saw a young person spray painting in a stopped Chevy sedan ahead of his car. The witness expected the spray painter to get into the Chevy when he finished painting because the car door was open. The witness was about to go around the Chevy when a white car, likely a Toyota or Infiniti with paper plates and tinted windows, passed the witness's car on the left and stopped alongside the Chevy. After the painter began running, the witness heard 5 gunshots and saw orange-colored gunshot sparks all coming from the same spot inside the white car. He also saw a gun or a hand, but not the whole arm, extended out of the passenger side window of the white car. Although the witness could not tell if the shooter was on the driver or passenger side, the shots were all from the passenger seat or the passenger side of somebody reaching across the seat. The witness could not tell how many people were inside the white car. After the shots were fired, the white car sped away and the Chevy drifted to the corner. The witness tried to follow the white car but was unable to keep up with it. He called 911, returned to the scene, and spoke with police. A variety of surveillance cameras in the area captured these events, and those videos were played for the jury. LAPD officers were called to the scene at 41st Street and Long Beach Avenue, arriving at 12:21 a.m. They found a sedan that had collided with a wall. In the driver's seat was an apparently deceased male with a gunshot wound to the side of his head. They called for paramedics. An official with the LA City Fire Department declared the victim dead with a traumatic brain injury from an apparent gunshot wound. A later autopsy confirmed the victim had died of multiple gunshot wounds. He had 2 fatal wounds to the head, 1 probably fatal wound to the neck, and 1 wound to the chest. Officers did not find any shell casings at the scene of the shooting. Defendant was a member of the Ghetto Boys. The victim's aunt testified that the victim was probably a member of 38th Street. An LAPD detective testified the victim had tattoos indicative of being a 38th Street gang member, including one saying 38 that covered the majority of his back. The Ghetto Boys and 38th Streets are rivals. Armando was 14 years old in December of 2018 and referred to the victim as his cousin because they had known each other for a long time, even though they were not blood relatives. The victim's aunt told police that Armando had informed her that the victim had been shot by a Ghetto Boys gang member driving a white Infiniti. During the shooting, the front passenger had leaned back to allow the driver to shoot. Later on the day of the shooting, LAPD officer Jordan Medwin heard about the shooting and that a white 2-door car had been identified as the suspect's vehicle. On December 16, 2018, Minor had informed Officer Medwin that some Ghetto Boys gang members in a white 2-door Infiniti had pulled up next to Minor on the street and flashed a gun. As a result, Officer Medwin and his partner patrolled territory claimed by Ghetto Boys in search of a white 2-door Infiniti. That patrol located a white Infiniti G37 with paper plates parked in front of a residence on East 32nd Street. Police stopped defendant on December 20th, 2018, soon after he left the residence in the white Infiniti. While clearing the trunk after the traffic stop, an officer saw a shell casing and notified detectives. A later search of the car yielded 6 shell casings, with most in the rear seat or center console area, with a live bullet located in the front passenger side door. All 6 expended shell casings were 9mm Luger rounds fired from the same gun and exhibited characteristics consistent with that gun being a Glock pistol. Analysis of the 3 bullets recovered from the victim's body and car showed that they were consistent with 9mm Luger. Investigators retrieved photos from defendant's phone number and his Snapchat account. Those pictures included defendant flashing gang signs and holding guns, including a Glock semi-automatic with an extended magazine. Logs for defendant's phone number from December 20th, 2018 showed cell phone activity in the area of the shooting at 41st Street and Long Beach Avenue at 12:23 a.m. and 12:24 a.m. on December 20th, 2018. Defendant's mother had purchased a white Infiniti on or about December 7, 2018. In a police interview, defendant stated that only he, his mother, and his sister drove that car. Several latent fingerprints matching defendant were found in the white Infiniti. An LAPD officer testified he had contact with defendant on December 9, 2018, at a car wash in Ghetto Boys territory where defendant worked. At the time, defendant was driving the white two-door Infiniti with paper plates. Trial was by jury. On March 16, 2020, while the jury was deliberating, the court declared a mistrial due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Retrial commenced on July 6, 2021. The jury found defendant guilty of first-degree murder and shooting at an occupied motor vehicle, including gun and gang enhancements. The court sentenced defendant to a term of 35 years to life. Jerry Castro was 26 years old at the time of death.